Hey everyone, Nigel and Luke here, and welcome to Crime Zone. Representatives from the California Highway Patrol say that they are searching for multiple suspects this week following an extremely dangerous and brazen daylight robbery that was partially caught on camera by terrified witnesses. According to reports, the incident took place at around 1:30 p.m. on October 24th on a stretch of Interstate 10 in Los Angeles. It began when a Dodge minivan was spotted pursuing
setting the properties before we started the stream. Nobody's heard what I said, so hi, how are you guys? It is Halloween. We got drinks, we got all kinds of stuff. We're going to play the Evil Within here in a bit while I set this up, but it is Crimes of the Week right now.
A black Alfa Romeo going eastbound just west of Arlington Avenue.
I was like, oh,
the vehicles were traveling at a high rate of speed before the Dodge appeared to deliberately crash into the back of the Alfa Romeo, sending it slamming into the side of the freeway in what has been described as a Hollywood-like stunt. Following the collision, multiple witnesses recorded footage of the chaotic scene as four men in ski masks and black hoodies got out of the minivan and ran towards the Alfa Romeo. Armed with hammers and crowbars, they proceeded to rifle through the vehicle while its owner was threatened and held at the side of the road on his knees with his hands in the air. Less than a minute later, the masked and hooded men got into a white Chevy Malibu that pulled up alongside the wreckage, which took off, leaving the minivan behind. At the time of this recording, police say that they are still investigating the situation and have not made any arrests in connection with the incident. The victim's name has not been released, and so far authorities have declined to say whether any valuables were taken during the apparent robbery. Anyone with information about the crime is encouraged to reach out to the California Highway Patrol Southern Major Crimes Unit at 323-644-9550.
What is another good scare? Plants vs. Zombies is a scary game.
Well, another Halloween is upon us, folks, and as usual, that can mean only one thing.
Killer clowns.
People doing weird things involving clowns. Representatives from the Washington State Patrol say that a Seattle area man learned a poetic lesson about acting like a dummy last week when he was found driving with a dummy in his front passenger seat, in what police say was an attempt to bypass highway carpool lane rules. According to reports, the incident took place on October 20th when State Patrol Trooper Rick Johnson spotted the unidentified driver traveling in an HOV lane on Interstate 405 in the city of Renton. When he saw something strange in the front passenger seat, Johnson pulled the driver over. It turned out to be a large, creepy clown dummy that was clearly meant to be a Halloween decoration. While the clown may have looked like it was possessed by 1,000 vengeful spirits, unfortunately, none of them could be counted as passengers, at least as far as the state's motor vehicle code was concerned anyway. As a result, the driver was fined for the violation. Taking to social media after the incident, Johnson wrote that he appreciated the driver's Halloween vibe, though he probably would have been better off just trying to cheat the HOV rules the old-fashioned way. Apparently, the driver will face an extra $200 in fines for his use of the dummy, on top of his $186 ticket. Authorities in Escambia County, Florida, say that a local couple are facing several serious charges this week after they allegedly lured a man to meet up under the pretext of a date and then viciously attacked and robbed him. According to reports, the incident began in early October when the victim, who has not been identified by name, met one of the suspects, 25-year-old Natalie Fonseca, through Facebook. The pair exchanged messages, ultimately deciding to hang out on October 6th. Though the first night went normally enough, things apparently took a dark turn when Fonseca invited the man back out the following evening. After arriving back at the address where he had dropped her off the night before, the victim was introduced to 31-year-old Nafis Reynolds, who Fonseca claimed was her uncle. Police now believe Reynolds is actually Fonseca's boyfriend, and that this was all part of the plan.
Scam.
The group of three drove around together for a while that night, until at some point, the couple told the victim that they were going to kill him. The man later told police that he thought Fonseca and Reynolds were joking until they started attacking him. After beating him and inflicting deep cuts to his neck with a knife, the couple allegedly drove him to a bridge where they stole his phone, shoes, money, and car before throwing him off into the river below. The victim reportedly survived the fall and was able to swim back to shore, where he flagged down a passing police officer. His vehicle was later found set on fire not far from where the alleged attack took place. Following an investigation, Fonseca and Reynolds were arrested and charged with attempted murder, armed carjacking, armed robbery, and kidnapping. At the time of this recording, they remain in custody.
That's the one I wanted. Okay, that's bad. But now I gotta fix this.
Authorities in Spokane, Washington say that 2 people are facing charges this week, and a third is under investigation following a strange heist at a local car dealership that even the victims described as like something out of a movie.
Really?
The whole thing started on the morning of October 24th, when employees at Northtown Auto Sales arrived to quite the chaotic scene. Their offices had been broken into, and 8 vehicles had been stolen from the business's sales lot.
Wonderful.
The point of entry was pretty obvious. There was a giant hole in the office ceiling where a long rope was hanging down. When employees checked the business's security footage, things got even stranger. The video showed 2 male suspects, one of whom was dressed in a mask and a knee-length fur coat, the other of whom appeared to be wearing a straw cowboy hat. The men had rappelled into the office through a vent on the roof, taking a bunch of the dealership's keys once inside. After climbing back out, they had briefly left before returning with friends and driving off with the 8 vehicles. During an investigation, police learned that this probably wasn't the first time the thieves had broken into the dealership. About 4 months prior, someone else had come in through the roof, but the alarm had been triggered when they opened one of the office's doors. The culprit ended up smashing a window to escape. Employees at the dealership told authorities they believed that this had been a sort of dry run for this week's crime. This time, though, they knew how not to set off the alarm system. Unfortunately for the suspects, it seems that the glory of their heist was short-lived. 2 of the alleged perpetrators, 19-year-old Fran Anunar and 20-year-old Heron Linfield, have now been arrested and are facing vehicle theft and burglary charges. Charges are also pending against a third unidentified suspect. Additionally, police say 7 of the 8 stolen cars were recovered and returned to the dealership.
I'm not good at video games. I am not good. We know this. Anybody who's watched this channel knows I'm not good.
Representatives from the West Virginia State Fire Marshal's office say that a 32-year-old man is officially facing charges after he allegedly burned his own house down earlier this month because he didn't want to clean up a mess left by his new dog. According to reports, the whole thing started sometime on October 6th when dispatchers in Randolph County received a 911 call from the suspect, 32-year-old Randy Nethkin. Nethkin stated that his house in the community of Maybe was on fire and that the blaze had originated in the attic. Upon extinguishing the flames, though, almost immediately things didn't add up. Despite what Nethkin had told emergency responders, the fire had not originated in the attic. In fact, it was clear that multiple fires had been started all over the residence, each of which were separate and were from different heat sources. In other words, this was arson. When Nethkin was confronted with this information at the end of the investigation roughly 2 weeks later, he apparently admitted to what had really happened. He allegedly told authorities that he burned his own house down because his new puppy had pooped all over the place, and he didn't feel like cleaning it up.
Seriously? Oh, my dog shit everywhere. I'm going to burn my house down.
As if this wasn't wild enough, police say that after the fire, Nethkin went online and created a GoFundMe campaign to try and raise money to rebuild his house. On the now defunct page, the 32-year-old wrote that he needed cash to help pay for the damage because he, quote, didn't really have a lot of money. Nethkin was arrested on October 18th and has now been charged with first-degree arson. It looks like he's going to have even less money now, because according to the last available update, he was being held in the county jail on $20,000 bond. A 30-year-old Connecticut man probably isn't going to be winning a Father of the Year award anytime soon, after he reported his son missing on an allegedly drunken trip to a local supermarket, only for it to later be determined that the child had been left at home. According to reports, the incident began just before 8:20 p.m. on October 23rd, when state police received a call about a missing child at a Price Chopper grocery store in the town of Mansfield. The child's father, 30-year-old Colby Parker, said that he had left his young son inside his vehicle while shopping inside the store, but had returned to find that he was gone. Troopers were quickly dispatched to the scene and began a search, one that was backed up by 2 other local police departments and canine units. A reverse 911 call was also sent out to residents, notifying them to be on the lookout for the missing boy. Things took a turn, however, when Price Chopper employees began reviewing the store's surveillance footage and noticed something interesting. You see, Parker had actually made 2 trips to the supermarket that evening. The footage revealed that when he arrived the second time, he was alone. Sure enough, when police followed up at Parker's residence, the boy was there and unharmed. Given what happened next, it seems that it may have actually been a good thing that the child was left behind. Noticing that Parker was showing signs of, quote, possible impairment, officers had him take multiple field sobriety tests, all of which he apparently failed. The 30-year-old was arrested and is now facing charges of operating under the influence of alcohol or drugs, second-degree reckless endangerment, risk of injury to a child, and second-degree breach of peace. His son, meanwhile, was placed in the care of a family member.
Picked my friend up earlier today and I popped him back.
Authorities in Worcester County, Massachusetts say that they are still searching for a 33-year-old man this week, several days after he allegedly shot and killed his wife before abandoning their 4 young children. What's going on
with the Northeast?
The disturbing incident began at around 9:15 a.m. on October 22nd, when police in the city of Gardner were called to the Cherry Street home of 33-year-old Aaron and 30-year-old Brianne Pennington. They were alerted by a neighbor who had called 911 after the couple's 4 young children ran over for help, saying that they heard their mom crying in her bedroom and they couldn't find their dad anywhere. When officers arrived at the scene, they made an awful discovery. Brianne was lying on her bed, unresponsive, suffering from obvious gunshot wounds to the face. It was quickly determined that she was dead. Though no weapons were found at the home, 3 shell casings were recovered from the bedroom. Shortly after, police began searching for Aaron Pennington, whose white BMW Model 320 was found to be missing from the residence. That vehicle was recovered the following evening in a wooded area at Camp Collier, a Boy Scout camp not far from the crime scene. A murder warrant has since been issued for Pennington, who it's believed is still on the run. So far, searches of the area around where the 33-year-old's car was found and a nearby lake have turned up no additional signs of him. As far as a motive in the case goes, authorities say that there had been problems in the Penningtons' marriage for quite some time.
I think it says
It
sucker
said that prior to
there.
her death, Brianne had been trying to take their children and relocate to Texas. Further disturbing insight into the crime was reportedly found on Aaron Pennington's phone. In a note from the evening before the shooting, he reportedly wrote, quote, "Don't say anything. Be quiet. If she wakes up, just say you're getting nasal spray. Get on the side of the bed, very close proximity to the head.
Why would you write down your plan?
It's been further reported that Pennington had a documented history of mental health issues and had threatened to take his own life in the past. At the time of this recording, the search for the 33-year-old continues. In the meantime, the couple's children have been placed in the care of the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families.
Those poor children, man. Gotta schedule a haircut tomorrow.
Representatives from the Maine State Police say that 18 people are dead this week, and more than a dozen others are injured after a man carried out disturbing shooting attacks at 2 popular businesses in one of the state's largest cities. The horrifying incident began just a few minutes before 7 on the evening of October 25th at Just-in-Time Recreation in the city of Lewiston. The bowling alley was in the middle of hosting a youth league night when out of nowhere, the gunman, later identified as 40-year-old Robert Card, walked in through the front doors and began to fire indiscriminately with a rifle. Before police could even respond to the scene, more 911 calls began flooding in from a second location. It turned out that Card had continued the attack at a restaurant called Schmenge's Bar and Grill about 4 miles away.
Sorry, that's me.
Shots were fired there at approximately 7:08 p.m. Once again, by the time police arrived, Card had fled. Roughly 3 hours later, authorities found the 40-year-old's white Subaru at a boat launch in the town of Lisbon. The location was about 15 miles from the first crime scene. The vehicle was abandoned, and there was no sign of Card anywhere. A manhunt involving multiple law enforcement agencies was quickly launched for the shooter, during which time the city of Lewiston and the surrounding area remained on high alert. Residents were advised to stay indoors, businesses were closed, and schools and local colleges canceled classes. The search finally came to an end a little over 48 hours later, when Card's body was found on a property belonging to a recycling center less than a mile from where his vehicle had been abandoned. He reportedly died after turning his weapon on himself. Some reports state that the recycling center had actually been searched twice previously during the manhunt, though Card was not found earlier because the place where he was discovered was not actually part of the main facility. The actual location was at an overflow area separated by a street where materials are kept in metal containers. Card was reportedly in one of those containers. At the time of this recording, the awful tragedy has claimed the lives of 18 victims, all of whom have now been identified and whose names are now on screen.
There's a 14-year-old in there. Terrible.
Among them are father and son William and Aaron Young, who were at the bowling alley that night to take part in the youth league, as well as volunteer bowling coach Bob Violette, who reportedly died trying to save his students from the gunfire.
Good man.
At least 13 other people were injured in the attack.
Cheers
3 of
to
them
all these people.
are still said to be in critical condition. As for the motive behind the shooting, multiple sources state that Card had been experiencing documented mental health issues in the weeks and months prior.
Get help.
There are also unconfirmed reports that the 40-year-old recently ended a relationship with a longtime girlfriend, and that the specific businesses targeted in the attack may have been selected because they had spent time there as a couple. Particular attention is now being paid to alleged warnings that authorities received about Card in the lead-up to the crime.
Why weren't they
It said that the 40-year-old Army reservist had been committed to a mental health facility for 2 weeks over the summer after 2 concerning incidents, one in which he allegedly threatened to shoot up a National Guard base in southern Maine. Information about this was passed on to police, and there was reportedly an attempt to conduct a welfare check at Card's residence. However, when authorities were unable to reach Card, this attempt was apparently given up, and the case was closed. There are additional questions about how the 40-year-old was able to legally purchase his firearms, considering his ongoing mental health problems, with the FBI claiming that this information had not made its way into the background check system. These and similar unanswered questions are currently being investigated by police. The situation is still developing.
Jesus.
Before we wrap up, we'd like to take a second to give a huge shout out to everyone who has made it this far into the video. Seriously.
Subscribe to their channel, guys. They put out a lot of good content. There's a lot of news that we don't hear about in this because we're all isolated in our own little communities and stuff. Crime Zone puts out a lot of good content for news, especially on their weekend ones where it's their international videos. I'm always a big fan of finding out what happened in the world crime-wise. Anyways, we are going to take a quick break. I'm going to smoke. Everybody get your drink. We're going to go start playing The Evil Within here in a bit. All right, I will see you in about 5 minutes probably. Boy. lovely, lovely little children. I guess we can come back to our game here and transition over to go play some Evil Within, huh? How about that? How about them apples? I don't know about the... Alexa, lights purple, please. We'll do purple. I think purple is probably the best. So, if you have not got your drink, I don't know what's wrong with you. I think you're stupid. I'm joking, obviously. But it is time to go play our game. Anytime we die, take a shot. Take a drink, okay? That is the plan. I need to delete this or move this over here. Thank you. That's what's wrong. We'll play our game. Honestly, don't remember how this game plays. Actually, let's do this with headphones, probably. Scarier, huh? Alright, new game. Scared the shit out of me right there. Alexa, lights 25%. Okay. Let's go out there. Yeah, let's make it dark. Casual, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Even in casual, we're going to still die, so... Is it bad that I'm nervous to play this already? I've played this once before in my life. I don't know if my game's glitchy or if...
Sorry, detective. Just coming off a case, but I'm a detour. Sounds serious.
What is going on with our internet here? Hold on. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna skip it. I don't remember this at all. Is this the Evil Within 2? No, it's not, right? Am I crazy? No, that's what we're playing. Is it glitchy now? No. That's odd. I don't know what that was then. I don't know if I want to play this now. No, we're gonna play this.
What do you see, Kidman?
Rain is gonna wash away any evidence.
He said he's running. Is this a computer? No, I can't do nothing there. I might actually... that's not a bad idea. Bioshock's a good Halloween game too, huh? Well, 50-50 really. Bioshock... I don't know if you can get Bioshock as a Halloween game, huh? Okay, I figure we're going in here.
Smells like blood. All right, stay sharp.
Do I get a gun? Please tell me I get a gun, please.
We're gonna check it out. Don't let anyone else through this door.
I can be an extra set of eyes.
We don't know what's
No,
happening.
you stay here, lady.
You're a backup.
We need somebody watching the door. And apparently, I guess I'm the fucking one that has to go shoot stuff. Do I even get a gun? No, of course not. Why would I start a game with a gun in a zombie world?
Did you hear something?
Yeah, death. I've seen fucking crime scenes like this, though, so I don't...
Someone alive in here.
Kind of brutal. Kind of awesome, too.
Are you injured?
That's why we can't
happened
talk
here?
to a therapist. They'll be like, are you insane? I'll be like, maybe.
Impossible.
Possible. Oh, no. I'm terrible.
The security cameras might tell us something.
All right, let's go watch the security cameras. I honestly do not remember any of this from when I played it the first time on PC. So was it masked men who came to shoot up the place? I guess? Oh, it's like a vampire.
What the hell?
It looks like a vampire. Okay, it stared at us. So there's the... Oh god, I'm dead. I don't know if that counts, but I guess that's a drink. If you guys know any other games you want to play that are on Game Pass that are Halloween related, or that I might have in my library, if you have been on the stream before, let me know, and we will add those to the games. Because we're only going to play every game for a little bit. I don't plan to play through the whole game. We're just kind of hanging out and seeing how long it takes till I get bored of each game and get trashed. So there's that. How's that for an occupation today? Because I can't complain about my new job. So I have to figure out some way to create chaos in my life, huh? I know one way, but she's busy doing something. Oh god! I don't know what's happening. Rotate the camera. Helps if I pay attention, huh? Okay, I guess I'm hanging. Am I hanging from the roof? Oh boy, I am. Wonderful. However, will I get out of this? It seems... Oh, it wants me to swing. I see. Come on, buddy. Wait, why do I have one hand? Oh, are we hanging upside down? I did not even realize we're hanging upside down. So there's those things. How about that? We were hanging upside down. Who knew? It's the R bumper, right bumper. Okay, so I gotta try to kill him slowly. Quietly. Killing him soft with his... Oh god, he's gonna see me. Oh shit, I lost him. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh fuck, I died. That's one. So that is one time. Let's see if I can do this without fucking up. I gotta stab him when I get the chance. Come on, come on. Okay. I got his keys. Ah! Oh, fuck, that's two. Kind of embarrassed at myself for that one. Alright, let's try this again. Can this dude run yet? No. Let's watch him walk away. And wait for him to move. I think that's what we gotta do. He's gonna walk. Okay, I think I got him. Did we kill him? That's 3. Mind you, none of this is intentional. I am this bad. Here we go again. Okay. can we figure out how to do this properly? I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Come on, come on, come on. Get closer, get closer, get closer. Okay, now run. Now can I run? Ah, son of a... I'm kind of upset by this right now. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of upset by how badly this is going. Who's the person who told me why she's mad at me? Okay, this is my last try. We're gonna try this. If not, we'll go play something else for a bit. Ah, he's gonna kill me. Fuck me. This is right off with my head, huh? Alright, here we go again. One more. I think we can do it. If we believe hard enough, then we can do it. Oh, there's pizza for later. Fuck yeah. Oh, I left my chicken in the fridge at work. Fuck. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. God damn it. Okay, we're playing something else. I can't take dying. I can't take losing that much. I'm not that lame. I'm kind of lame, but I'm not that lame. What's another good scary game? Amnesia. Alice in Wonderland's pretty good too, though, as a scary game. Batman. Batman, no. Contrast is a fun game if anyone hasn't played it. I highly recommend Contrast. These are weird cowlicks happening in my hair, and I'm not happy about this. Is definitely haircut tomorrow time. Deathloop was pretty good from what I got to play a little bit. I might go finish that one of these days. I fucking love Firewatch. Firewatch is such a fun game. Not even a game. It's a very pretty, beautiful story. Burp. Is Grand Theft Auto technically a Halloween game? Because I think it is. Killer Instinct. Oh, somebody went off a firework. Nope, poor puppy. Puppy's going to be mad about that. She's like, no, loud. She's going to come check on me. Plants vs. Zombies. It's another good game where if I die. I do like zombie games. Zombie games are fun. We also have to look and see what we have in our actual library. I'm going to go through here real quick. Oh, the new UFC game is out. Cool. I might play that. Come here. Pumpkin. Come here, Pumpkin. Come here. Up. Up. Look, she's a pumpkin. Look, we got a puppy with us now. Hi. Hi, girl. What's up, Juno? Juno, what are you doing? Hi, baby. There's some assholes out here with firecrackers. A dick-ass motherfucker. Agreed. I think off is probably their best option, really. All right, let's see. Zombie War is pretty good, though. I think we have to go to the library. Full library. Owned games. BioShock technically is a horror game. Let's put this, though, because I do want to play this. I think that's the game we're going to play. Because that's the most Halloween-y game I could... That's it, Halloween-y. Halloween. While we're waiting for that, let's go play some Call of Duty Zombies. How about that? Alexa. Alexa likes 10%. The Beetlejuice music. Alexa likes blue. I hate septum piercings. Septum piercing, like, if you can pull it off, cool, but if you can't, don't. If you can't pull it off, I think that's the worst idea you could ever fucking do. She still hasn't told me why she was mad at me. You know that, right, guys? She's mad at that stuff, that's why. Because I'm here hanging out, playing video games, and she's not. What is your guys' favorite map? Oh, it's gonna take the game to load. We're almost there. Yeah. I don't care. I'm here to shoot zombies and take names. That's what we're here to do. Can I get out of this place? No, I gotta go this way, don't I? I'm going this way. Away we go. Wait, can I go this way? No. No, I need money. I need the money to get out of here. Oh no, I hear zombies coming. One and done, sunshine. In the head. Yeah. You know what? Let's go play something else. I know what I want to play. I like this game a lot better than this Call of Duty Zombies, I think Zombies 4 Army of Darkness has better zombies than Call of Duty Vanguard zombies. I said it. I said that. Yes, I did. Zombie Army Dead War 4, correct. And that's the title of it. I think it has better zombies than Call of Duty Vanguard. If you want to fight me, you can fight me about it. I don't care. This one is kind of funner. Oh, puppy. Gary sale. This is that I'm so fucking awkward around her. And I think she's cooler than me. And I don't know how to fucking deal with that in my head. And it's so stupid to me. It's so stupid, and I don't... It's like I want to talk to her normally, but I don't want to sound so dumb. I hate it. But she's so supportive about my stupid stuff, and I love it. She doesn't have to be, but she is. It makes me very happy. And I don't know how to deal with that. It sucks. So, anybody has any ideas, please tell me. Because that'd be great. Let's go do blood count. How about that? No, we'll keep her on the alpha fucking one. Yeah, it's overwrite my game.
The secret now.
Zombies. We have played this regularly in our stream, if anybody's curious. This is not just a Halloween game. This is one of the games I like to play just because I like to shoot zombies. So.
Bruno, the castle is in sight. Getting here was not easy. The truck was destroyed by some strange looking creatures.
Creatures, she said. Good job, Ron.
Find your way up to the castle and keep me updated.
I like the incendiary grenades. Those are probably my favorite versions for the grenades they give you in this game. Okay, let's see if I can do this with the sniper rifle. Because we're going to come across some zombies
These
here.
vehicles are all filled with machine parts. Are they taking me to the castle?
Wait, machine parts. This reminds me of something. Hold on, I need to investigate.
Oh no! He's crawling under.
No? I don't understand.
Can I get 2 for 1?
The climb lights match up.
Damn it! I missed the headshot on that one. Let's see if I can line it up right. Can I? Can I? God damn it. I missed the headshot. Headshot! Wait, what'd I do? Ah! Did I just blow myself up? The hell is wrong with me?
These vehicles haven't made it to the castle. If they were building something, this progress is impossible.
I like that you can smush the zombies. Smush. 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 Has anybody ever seen the show Lucy, the Daughter of the Devil? There's a whole episode where Satan is hanging out with DJ Jesus, and it's like a whole 40 Days, 40 Nights fucking joke parody for the episode. And DJ Jesus, who is the fucking Christ figure in the show, he likes to smush words together, and it becomes this whole fucking, ooh, you smush words together, because he has a weird fucking accent. And it's not like it's not like, I don't even know how you explain his fucking accent. That's the problem with it. Oh god, he's behind me, isn't he? What the fuck blew up by me? The hell, man? Jesus. Whoa. Oh, it's the armor giants. Shit. Blow it. Oh, 2 for 1. If I can knock their helmets off, we're good. Ah, come on, my trigger's sticking. Oh god, they're behind me. Who's the fuck is shooting at me? Behind me. Where are they coming from? Oh course, my rifle ammo be full. Ooh. What is that accent? That's not a real accent, mate. Okay, we got some ammo at least, so I'm okay with that. Oh shit, I see where he's coming from. Okay, can I? Oh shit, I'm dying. Can I? Come on, baby, come on. Ah, right through the hip. Nice. Good job. Fucking badass. That's right, damn it. You don't know what you're doing. I do. I'm the fucking baddest in the bad here. No shit. Oh god. They're bad people. Oh god, bad people. I don't like bad people. Oh, come on, man. Oh, they're not gonna give me shit, are they? You might watch scary commercials. How about that as well? I think that'd be a fun thing to watch for Halloween. Boom, sucker. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, give me that incendiary gun. Oh god, they're coming out of the sink. I mean, the ice. What do you call it? The thing that freezes over in the winter. Why do zombies have guns in this game is my biggest question. Like, what? Well, they also could have got turned into zombies. Yeah, that's the other problem. Oh god, he's shooting acid at me. I gotta kill this dude. Thank you. Give me that ammo, motherfucker. I need your ammo. I also need a health kit, so anybody with the health kit, I would really appreciate right now. How about those things? Oh, did I get incendiary S-mine or what? 1, 2. Thank you for more ammo. I appreciate your contribution to my killing you. It's very nice. It's very nice. Ooh, hello. Yes, please. I kind of want that. Oh God, he's behind me. He's all around me. Oh man, I wasted it. Fuck. I gotta kill this dude shooting fucking acid at me. Fuck, we're gonna die. Of course there'd be a fucking iron giant over there. Why wouldn't there be? Oh, hi, babies. There's a puppy at my feet, guys. Trying to get love. She's like, Dad, where are you? What are you doing? 1, 2. Come on now, me. Oh, fuck, we're gonna die. Oh, fuck, we're gonna die. Oh, I'm gonna die, aren't I? Come on. Come on. Run, John. Yeah, we're gonna die here. Game over. Alright, so let's go back to Game Pass, go find another scary game. I was seeing how long it took us to die there. What is another scary game we can play while we wait for our other one? let's play. It feels like it's technically a scary game. Limbo's kind of scary. No, it's really not. Limbo's not that scary, huh? How is Zombie Army 4 Dead War? Baller is fuck. What was Shadowrun? Oh, Shadowrun's an RPG, isn't it? Yeah. Like multiple ones on there. Soma. Is that the one fucking, what's his name is talking about? Yeah. Oh, it's from Amnesia, its creator. Okay. Now I know what it is. Have you guys played Amnesia? I've played a little bit of it before, but I'm grooving this playlist, honestly, though. This is a good playlist. Whoever fucking put this together. This is very dark and spooky. 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 Ooh. Scary. I know what we should. Oh, that's so stupid, and I believe that's gonna be fun. I have an idea for what I want to do next once we play a little Call of Cthulhu once it's ready. We've never played 7 Days to Die. Let's try this. As the fucking Call of Cthulhu's ready, right? Perfect. My goodness. Alright, let's see how long it takes before we die. So 7 days to die. New game. Character. Let's be... I like Jeff. We'll be Jeff. I don't know what that does, but sure. I don't know what any of this is. What is creative mode? I don't know what's happening. I don't understand what you want me to do, so we're not gonna play this. You're making my life concerned. Favorite Treehouse of Horror. Oh god, what is my favorite? Actually, I like that idea. Fuck playing video games for now. Because I'm waiting for that to download. We'll be back in like 3 seconds, you guys, while I set this up. Once I find the thing I'm looking for. since it is Halloween, and I am a ginormous Simpsons fan, if you did not know that, who used to host Simpsons Trivia at one point in my life up in Washington. Alexa, lights white. Alexa, lights 100%. Alexa, lights 100%, please. We used to host Simpsons Trivia up in Washington at a nice little barcade called Dorky's on Pacific Avenue in Tacoma. If anybody wants to go there and visit them, they are fucking wonderful, and I love the owners so much. They're so good, especially food. Please, if you go there, eat their food. Eat their food. Oh, she's so good at cooking. There is, it's not summer, it's like a little before, after spring, but she has pork sliders, Hawaiian pork sliders. Oh my God, it's so good. And then the chili she makes, oh, it's so good. And then their pizza in general, oh, wonderful. Anyways, let's go watch some Treehouse of Horror stuff. I'm a big fan of The Real Jim's, honestly. I like his content, and he does good stuff. So let's go watch this one, and then we'll go watch
All
the
right,
other.
let's do this. Treehouse of Horror 1 through Treehouse of Horror 7, the most classic of the Simpsons Halloween special.
What is your favorite
Let's rank
Treehouse
these
of Horror?
individual segments. But we're not going to do a top 10 today. Oh no. We're going to rank 20 of these things. Every single one of these are good, so ranking them is going to be a bloodbath. One unlucky segment won't even make the list. So let's get started. Here are my top 20 classic Treehouse of Horror segments. Well, this is an awkward place to start. Putting the Raven in 20th place feels like I'm flipping the bird at my high school English teacher. Yes, Mr. K, Edgar Allan Poe is cool. The Simpsons has convinced me. It is really awesome to see such a storyboard-driven segment on a show like The Simpsons. That the writers can take a step back, let James Earl Jones bring Poe's words to life, and let the animators do the rest. This dream sequence in particular is beautiful.
I will tell you at the very end what my favorite
camera angles during the climax.
Treehouse of Horror
In terms
is.
of visual direction, there aren't many tree houses that measure up. That being said, visuals can only carry a story so far. I love what the Simpsons writers bring to the show, all the snappy jokes and wordplay. I love how terrifying they make these episodes. Here they do their best relying on the visual jokes and Homer's characterization, but it's hard to compete with the jokes and the other stuff. Why settle for Edgar Allan Poe
It's too
when you can have
easy,
John
though.
Swartzwelder, right?
So this is my problem with The Raven. It's already written. Although all they had to do was do animations for this and do the voice acting for this vignette. There's nothing else they had to do. It's already written. Oh no, look, we fucking saved costs on a episode that's written already for us. Can't do much more. Oh no, let's add all of this. It does have some really cool animation though. I'm a big fan of the Lenore painting. I want that so badly. I would love to have that painting. I think that'd be so stupid to have, but it'd be a fun painting to have in your house. Anyways, let's continue. I'm okay with him putting the Raven at 20. If it's the bottom of the top of this list, the Raven at 20 is perfectly fine to me.
Seriously though, despite only landing at number 20, The Raven is very cool, and if it got any viewers into Poe, then it was totally worth it.
I was already into Poe before I saw it. Because I started watching Simpsons season 3
Genesis
that I
Tub
can remember.
is a fun science fiction-y premise with admittedly not a ton
Genesis
of
Tub.
dramatic tension. It's one of those I enjoy on a strictly intellectual level. It's fascinating seeing how Lisa's microscopic universe evolves the way it does, and the Simpsons world interacting with it. It uses Bart and Lisa's sibling rivalry well, something we don't often get in these Halloween segments.
Kind of a
Love
fun
this visual
episode.
moment with the spaceship, too. Unfortunately, there's not much action to the story overall, just a lot of watching and observing. The stakes aren't particularly high, you know? We're not invested in this universe enough to care if Bart destroys it, only when Lisa gets stuck there. Don't get me wrong, this ending is excellent, especially with how pissed off Lisa gets at the situation. Bring me some shoes, nice ones. I think if they had 5 more minutes to tell the story, show off more
She'll
of the
probably
little
want
universe,
socks.
it would be something special. But as is, the Genesis Tub is a smart little curiosity, a relaxing change of pace from their more action-packed Halloween fare.
Red Sharky. All right, what's 18?
I think what this Monkey's Paw parody has going for it is its variety. that we get a trip to Morocco with the travel jokes therein,
He was right
but also
over
a diverse set of wishes.
Oh,
it
there
reminds
he
me
is.
of Time and Punishment, how they
I
fit
fucking
several
love
standalone
Time and
concepts
Punishment.
into one
Time
segment.
and Punishment is
What
my
if the Simpsons
all-time
were rich
favorite
and
Treehouse
famous?
segment.
What if aliens were able to take over? What about a world without lawyers?
Oh,
scratch that
good.
one. Unlike Time and Punishment, it's not really grounded by
Look,
a
I'm the
character's
first
journey. It feels
non-Brazilian
relatively
into
more
space.
aimless, how they go from one situation to the next. It's not like the world peace wish is in reaction to the rich and famous one.
Smart.
The humor is a little dry
the
as
turkey's
well.
a little
The best part
dry.
by far is the meta
turkeys-
commentary about how the public is so darn sick of the Simpsons.
I love the Monkey's Paw segment. I've read it even before I ever saw this. No, I did see this before I read the Monkey's Paw. I think I read the Monkey's Paw after I read it because there's a book somewhere in my room somewhere that has all these weird like scary tales and whatnot. And it's not the one you guys are thinking about. It's a different book. It's a whole different book. Actually, I'm gonna have to look for it later. But it had the whole stories of the Monkey's Paw. But this is such a great take on that story. You can't be, oh no, he's taking souvenirs away. Well, you gotta pay a fee of $2 American. Oh, I can fucking afford to steal souvenirs from Morocco. The fucking mammogram billboard. You cannot beat the bar. Hey man. Or fucking, what does it say? It's don't have a cow, man. Get a mammogram. If people would market stuff that way, I'm sure there'd be a lower amount of press. I'm not going to say that because I don't want you guys to record that. And then I love the Simpsons Go Calypso. Just the fucking man is smart. Woman is smarter. So stupid. So fucking stupid. This is in my probably top 5 for me. I don't know why he has this so high up here. I like the story of the Monkey's Paw.
Simpsons. Right here, you might say Helen won't think of the children.
Get a mammogram, man.
So yeah, despite being kind of stuck in that season 3 down to
the Falkland. Hold on, go back. Scroll back. This is a 2-pronged joke if you mix it with the episode where Krusty is like, oh yeah, I just put a tape of my show on. And it's about the Falkland Islands getting invaded. And it's just, oh yeah, we knew the Falkland Islands were yours. We knew you were the fucking world peace.
in that season 3 down to earthiness.
Danger.
There's so many ideas contained in Lisa's nightmare.
Well, I guess I
that there's
don't
a
have my
little bit of
enormous
something
genitals
for
to feel
everyone.
like a man.
Oof. Probably gonna get a lot of angry letters about this ranking. But I've always been cooler on Bart Simpson's Dracula than most. It's a good segment, like all of these are. It just pushes my buttons sometimes. Its jokes are definitely its strongest point. They'd pack in a ton of references to the 1992 film and Dracula lore in general. Bart
The one you seek is the living at Nosferatu. I like the Shadow. The Shadow's a fun joke. Them driving to Mr. Burns' house, they're like, Marge is like, did everybody wash their necks like Mr. Burns asked? And Homer brings out this fucking dirty ass rag, and you're like, ew, dude. There goes the fireworks. You're fine, bub. Juno, come here. Come here. It's okay, baby. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Up. Come on. Up. Up. She's like, oh my God, you're such a princess, puppy. But yeah, and then just, I like that. That's one of my favorite scenes, honestly, where he's washing his neck and he brings out the rag and it's just so fucking gross. And you're like, sure did.
Bart's Three Stooges thing is great. Love the delivery of this line especially.
Yeah, that's
and I'm
his
always up for some
genitals.
funny burn stuff. But there are several gags that don't land, and a couple that make me audibly groan. Come on, guys. This is a joke 10-year-olds would think
Welcome
of.
to.
The plot is slightly too ambitious.
That is kind of a stupid joke, though. It's kind of nice of Mr. Burns to invite us to his house in Pennsylvania.
Just for its own good, where none of the scenes ever have a chance to breathe, no time to build suspense with Bart.
Or
Honestly,
when all the kids are outside Lisa's window and Milhouse is like, If you tell them at the movie theaters you're a vampire, they'll get a free Paul's popcorn. Like, the fuck are you doing, Milhouse?
Honestly, I wish we could get to this dynamic quicker. This moment is perfect. The family dynamic is
I told
so
you not to
darn
bite your
funny
sister.
here. More
we
of
gotta
this
kill the boy.
might have
Why?
made the March
He's a
ending feel
vampire.
more earned. I think if they had tightened up the story just a smidge, gave the whole family more focus as a whole, Bart Simpson's Dracula would easily be...
Now, what I hate about this episode is this is the last episode in this Treehouse of Horror episode. It ends with them doing a fucking Charlie Brown parody. The fucking singing, oh, fucking Christmas tree or whatever. Or the Charlie Brown theme, huh?
As is, it's
Juno
solid.
doesn't like it. 16. Who's 16?
This is simultaneously the most on-the-nose parody they've ever done and the most divergent. The Simpsons has done plenty of direct Twilight Zone parodies, but this is easily the most explicit, opening with a Rod Serling-esque monologue, utilizing key phrases and imagery from the original, even some of the plot elements. Bart's great as the monster. His destructiveness drives a lot of memorable jokes. Moe's prank call always gets a laugh. However, the second half is a huge swerve into a Homer-Bart relationship thing, barely even resembling a Halloween story at all. The idea is quite clever, turning the family relationship of the original on its head. There's a great payoff at the end, that this is Bart's nightmare after all. But I still feel kind of mixed about it. There's a part of me that watches these Halloween segments because I want to see Homer burn, not hug his son. They get a ton of points for creativity, though. That voiceover guy at the beginning was right. I really didn't see this one coming.
Sorry, guys.
Surprised I'm ranking Clown Without Pity down here, since it has that amazing
I don't
that's
know
good,
why you
that's
put it
bad
that
sequence in here.
fucking low on the
This
list.
one makes an outstanding first impression for sure. The Gremlins guy, Milhouse abuse, and then several consecutive minutes of Homer being tortured. What's not to love? Well, I'm not completely in love with the execution of the story, and that the middle portion is told through a series of vignettes. They just cut from one random moment to the next. What worked about the Twilight Zone original is how it built up the sense of paranoia, whereas this one feels more random and cartoony, more aimless in comparison. There's not a lot to the story. You gotta give them credit, though, for maximizing the comedy of the premise. Homer and Krusty really do make an amazing comedic duo. There are a lot of classic moments here. This is one of those cases of there not being much wrong with Clown Without Pity, it's just that the other segments shine a little brighter, are just a little more unique. Sorry, Krusty.
Oh, one part cross. Okay.
I don't know
This
if you
needs
guys
to be
have heard,
higher up
but I
on the
love
list.
me some
I
Burns
don't
and
like this
Smithers.
episode.
So this is gonna be buoyed pretty hard by these two. There's so many memorable jokes between them here.
I'm
Just
not a
look at all
friend of
this
this
stuff.
episode.
Young Frankenstein showed off the comedy potential of this concept, and if you don't think Burns and Smithers can pull it off, then I owe you a Coke.
Aww.
Unfortunately, I feel like all the Simpson family stuff
I owe you a
holds it back
Coke.
just a little. Where it was season 3 and they had to justify the story through the lens of their dynamic, these scenes add very little to the goals of the story, aside from maybe the ending. Would have liked to see more of Homer in the robot's body. That's the real fun of a Robo-Frankenstein send-up. How come Frankenstein doesn't dance anymore?
How come Frankenstein?
Still, like I said earlier, you can't really go
love it.
wrong with a Burns and Smithers adventure, so if this is Homer's worst nightmare, I think he did pretty well for himself.
Aww.
Alright, let's just rip off this
I
Band-Aid.
fucking
I wish
love
this segment
Homer
were
Cubed.
funnier. I respect
Homer
the hell
Cubed
out
is
of how
such a good
ambitious it is,
episode.
how revolutionary this was
This
at the
shouldn't
time,
be this
and what a
high on the
3D
list.
time capsule it is today. But on the humor side, yeah, not exactly a laugh riot. Good Tron joke though. However, the novelty alone carries Homer Cubed pretty far. There isn't a huge problem
Always
trading super dense jokes for something completely new. And to their credit, they pull off a very creepy and mysterious homage to the Twilight Zone. Actually being able to see this alternate dimension the whole time adds a new, dimension to the original story. And the ending is absolutely perfect. Feels like they went above and beyond, giving us a live action segment too. Ooh, erotic cakes. Homer Cubed is exactly the kind of
erotic
story I want out of
cakes.
Simpsons writers each year.
Who doesn't
Something
want
we've
an
never
erotic
seen
cake,
before,
though?
something truly challenging to the show. Huge respect that they achieved this back in 1995.
God, I gotta puke. No, I don't. Oh, yeah. Okay, where are you gonna put number 12? No! This is
Atmosphere
higher up.
and sarcasm. That's the magic
It's so much
combination
higher
for
up.
The Thing and I.
Well,
You'd think they wouldn't go
send me a
together,
video.
but somehow they make it work. This is one of those that has a strong build-up. They establish the mystery up front, build some intrigue, do some exploration, and then hit us with that backstory. The first half is so expertly told, but it kind of eats up all the time
I do
in the
like
second
this
half.
episode, though.
They fill the story
I've been
with screw the
practicing.
audience
It's a
jokes
pigeon
and
rat.
unexpected twists to keep the audience off balance. This is an extremely claustrophobic story that
See
doesn't
who
even
needs a
leave the
car
house,
wash when you
so
get
this
this
approach
drive
was
around in
very
the
wise.
rain, Marge?
It does lose a bit of comedic value,
I
not being able to cut away somewhere else.
I love that they walk up there like, oh, there's this copies of Dad's unsold biography up here. And it says, Harmer, I hardly knew me. I want to know what the fuck is in that biography. Like, why? Because at this point of the show, Homer is only like 36, 30 or 36, 37. Oh, God, I'm almost Homer's age. Oh, fuck. I hate my life. I hate my life so much. Oh, God, that's terrifying. I don't like that. I got to text my brother that. I'm almost Homer Simpson's age. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's not cool, dude. Not cool at all. Oh, God.
But sometimes it's nice to have this intimate, closed circle story, keep the focus on the characters we're most invested in.
Time and Punishment?
Even if you don't care about the Simpsons backstory, it definitely has one of the greatest Dr. Hibbert roles ever.
Hold on, I gotta find my big... Where's my big book? Hold on here. Stay there. Shit, Oh, hey, bub. Jesus. Hold on. Season 6, episode 6. Why do I know? I feel like that's a Time and Punishment one, but I don't remember. Season 6. Where is this? This is season 5. Because that's Bart's Dracula. Season 4. 5 is in 6. Yeah, the one with The Shining. Yeah. Make sure I'm right here. What was the last one? The one with The Shining, Time and Punishment, and Nightmare Cafeteria, right? Because if so, that is my favorite. That is my favorite. Oh, you guys got the answer early, son of a bitch. You guys weren't supposed to know that. And that's why we're friends.
And if you disagree, I suggest taking
Time
a hard
and
look at
Punishment
yourself
is my favorite,
in the mirror.
though.
Bad Dream House is so darn creepy. I absolutely adore how different this thing feels compared to every other Treehouse of Horror
Thank you,
segment.
buddy.
They're
I
not going
appreciate
for
you
a
hanging out
murder
with me.
spree like usual. This is all about that sense of dread, that slow preamble to bad things happening. We gotta give Alf Clausen a lot of credit. That music score perfectly evokes a sinister mood. Also gotta give special mention to the beautiful backgrounds and coloring. They did an incredible job making the house feel alive.
What is your favorite one then?
In laughs or anything. This is
I
still
do-
season 2 after all.
This is why
but
we
it's
need to come
sneaky
back to
funny.
doing our fucking
There's a ton of great
podcast.
character humor throughout. like Homer trying to bargain his way through, Bart asking about his conscience, Marge's comment about
What is the
night fights.
least favorite ever
Actually,
one?
Marge in general just crushes this whole
Because
segment.
I'll tell you my least favorite
There
here
aren't
in a
many
bit.
Halloween segments that are both conversational and terrifying. And somehow, Bad Dream House pulls it
In
off.
the
Good stuff.
kitchen. I still like that we did that as a fucking episode, though. That still was a... Okay, hold on.
This is a segment
Let's
I sometimes
talk about Dial Z for zombies real quick, because this is one of my favorite fucking Halloween episodes. The Michael Jackson fucking album cover he's wearing. That's not funny. I don't care who the fuck you are. Calling out all the fucking video game hosts and shit. That's great. Fuck, what is season 10? Oh shit, wait, hold on. I gotta grab the big book. I cannot remember my numbers for some reason. What is season 10? Is season 10 the Stretch Dude and Clobber Girl one? No, that's not right. That's wrong. 8. The Fly. Bart Storm. The Joy of Sect. Can we do the Joy of Sect if we do another episode, dude? Because that one's just great. You can't beat the Joy of Sect. Wonderful. Is this season 10? I don't know what season 10 starts. Oh, yeah. What? You don't like Hell to Pay? Hell to Pay is so fucking dumb. It's great. Or what's the other one? I don't like the Itchy and Scratchy one. And okay, I'll agree with you. I'll agree 2 out of 3 on that one. 2 out of 3. I like the Hell to Pay episode because I think it's just so stupid. Because I like, hey, you got any cereal with people with syphilis from fucking Mo? And you can't be a fucking mojo like that, dude. You can't. Oh, don't forget Bart over there.
forget about because it's such a slow starter. No offense to Bart and Lisa, but honestly,
look at
a
him
lot
with
of
the
this
stupid
preamble
Michael
is
Jackson.
pretty forgettable. Some hit or miss jokes, a strange cocktail of continuity and real world reference.
Also, this is when you get to learn about fucking Mayor Quimby's fucking beer-swilling brother Clovis.
On the other hand, the middle portion absolutely kills. The moment the first zombie pops out of the ground, it's a great time.
All together now? Pretty awesome picture. Ah! Zombie! There we go. Pretty as a picture.
Oh, not for Flanders. But you know what I mean. We get plenty of amusing cutaway
you old
jokes with
rascal.
secondary characters. Homer gets more involved. We kill the zombie Flanders. It has a satisfying mix of Simpson family stuff and
I've
Greater
never noticed what
Springfield
a
as
beautiful
whole.
young woman you were
I
turning
always
into.
find myself wishing they could yada yada at the beginning,
Yada
or
yada.
maybe have one extra minute, because this part always leaves me wanting more. The Simpsons really lends itself well to this kind of story. It's
What
no
does he
wonder
say to
their
Shakespeare?
28 Days Later parody
20
turned
points
out
to anybody
well
who
too.
tells me what he says
Sometimes
to
you're just
Shakespeare.
looking for an excuse to blow away your favorite characters. And Dial Z for Zombies gives it to us. It's as simple as that.
Alright, where's number 9? Okay. There are a lot of things. Green education. I fucking love. Oh. Anyway. These wieners will give me strength. These wieners will give me strength. Total front on the lobotomy. They even let you keep a piece of the brain they take out. Hold on, fuck, I fucked it up. They even let you keep a piece of the brain they take out. God damn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, stream. I got distracted. I was rolling through the gas one day. Hi, Maribel. How are you, my dear? Thank you for coming. What is your least favorite? Please tell me. I miss you. I'm sorry I haven't called you in a while. Don't touch anything. Exclamation point. I'll touch anything I want. I fucking love King. Okay, anyways, about King Homer. Things I love. Candy Apple Island joke. The gas one, thank you. If he doesn't do anything, we can cut him up and sell monkey meat to the army. Him climbing the building. I don't think it should be 9. I honestly think it should be higher up than 9. But I'm not the real Jim, so.
King Homer isn't scary. I'm sorry, buddy.
It's
You're
not,
awesome.
but it's funny
King
as
Kong
fuck.
was scary as a monster
It's
movie
so
and everything.
fucking
But this
stupid.
parody, this is driven entirely by its laughs. I would contend that this is one of the funniest Treehouse of Horrors ever. Look at all this vintage Mr. Burns stuff. Look at how destructive and pathetic Homer gets to be. Wow, look at the size of
What do you think about women? What do you think, Silly? I don't think women and semen mix. We know what you
that
think.
platform. In a lot of ways,
at the
this
size
feels like
of
the
that
most quintessential
platform.
season 4 thing ever. How they get that
Golly.
comedy parody exactly right.
Oh, hi, homie.
But there is a part of me that wishes it were more terrifying. A lot of the deaths are played strictly for laughs. The murder is on the breezy side of things. Still, the Marge and Homer relationship is so offbeat
There's
and
a puppy
sweet,
somewhere
it's not a
around here.
huge deal. This joke is so hilarious and so in character for Homer, maybe we don't need a dizzying climb to the top of a building.
Yes, we do.
Normally this is
No.
supposed to be Treehouse of Horror, not Treehouse of Jokes, but if the jokes are this consistently great,
I watched this the other day. Sabatupu. Sabatupu. What's he saying? Oh, they said they'll never hurt. They'll never hurt the beautiful blue-haired woman. De Cavato.
we'll make an exception.
I'm gonna have to pee soon, you guys. After this episode, and before we go to the next Real Jim's episode, I'm gonna. Okay.
Terror at 5.5 feet.
One. This one drags. This episode drags for fucking ever, honestly. I like this episode, but this would be probably up in like maybe the 15, 17 range for me. This is not a good episode for me. This is, oh, look, I'm going to parody a fucking episode of The Twilight Zone. Oh, no. But I also like that this is the first time we meet Ooter, though. So, and then Ooter became canon.
Feels like the jack of all trades entry on this list.
I'm glad he took
where it
into
does
this
everything pretty well. Just nothing at a super elite.
I do like that Homer. Hold on. Scroll back, me. Scroll back to Homer right there. There's a great picture of Homer here. This. Look at all this stuff I found laying in some dude's boat at the marina. Me and my old writing partner, who needs an old podcast host who needs to fucking message me so we can fucking start a podcast again, sir. Because I would like to do that and it'd give me a reason to. Are agreeing that episode 6 of season 6 for Treehouse of Horrors is the best season episode. I don't think no, it's really not. There is no real suspense to it. There is, you know what's happening. There is no suspense to this episode. This segment has nothing to it. Oh no, look, there's a gremlin on the side of the fucking bus. I'm gonna pee so bad.
This list. where it does everything pretty.
I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pee, guys. I'll be right back. Please don't die. Okay. Alright, let us continue wherever the fuck we left off here. Honestly, do not remember, but let us continue. What is everybody's least favorite Treehouse
just nothing at a
episode?
super elite level or anything. His jokes are solid all the way through, with very few duds.
I do like the Krusty cards he gets, though, or Milhouse gets in the gum. Like Krusty visiting relatives in Rhode Island.
This moment joke
He's not really
is an
trying,
absolute
is he?
classic. As a Twilight Zone adaptation, the story works well. Not a huge twist to the original, but they make it fit the series organically. I think its sense of tension is its strongest point. If you're going for this parody, you have to capture that feeling of uneasiness, that escalation as things get worse and worse. I like how the Simpsons version has this groundskeeper Willie fake out in the middle. It keeps things from becoming too repetitive, serves as a mini reset, and adds some continuity to the story. This does indeed feel like a bus route, with the cast of characters evolving as we continue along. It reaches an exciting climax and manages to leave us with one final scare at the end. After the previous season's feel-good endings, this is a refreshing change in direction. Terror at 5.5 feet has everything I want in a Treehouse of Horror segment.
Okay, where is 7? What is 7?
I don't know if this is a hot
Nightmare
take,
Cafeteria.
but Nightmare Cafeteria is the...
Pros and cons about Nightmare Cafeteria. 1 is gross as fuck if you really think about it, so. 2, it is hilarious as fuck. Oh, more sloppy jumbos, please. Oh, you just cut it line. You have to attention. How long? Oh, about 25 minutes a pound should do it. To fucking, just like blatantly. Oh, My friend's not going to watch me. At least one of them. Hopefully everybody else is here still. I like you guys. I'm sad and lonely and depressed. You should be my friends. Because I'm drunk. Not really. I like the butter jokes. I like 40 Ways to Cook Millhouse. And I like just how weird it gets, honestly.
Creepiest
It's a
Treehouse
fun
of Horror
episode.
they've ever done. It's not crazy supernatural or anything, not filled with explicit gory violence, but man, is it unsettling.
gory violence.
I think it's a good example of the power of the uncanny. How they take such a typical situation and turn it into something sinister. This isn't a story about Skinner and Krabappel turning into zombies or being in a secret cult. They're just determined to fix a problem. Their betrayal of the students feels scarier because it could have happened in any Simpsons episode. Mrs. Krabappel, no. The knock against it is that it's not consistently
You're 8 and 12
funny.
years old.
Like,
You
it
gotta
has
fight
that
your
awesome
own
Uller
drama
speech and a couple other memorable gags. And Homer is not even in this thing. Minus one funny point.
Shit.
But I don't mind getting a few B-grade jokes if they're going to dial up the scary. Nightmare Cafeteria's sinister atmosphere more than makes up for it, ultimately serving up a disturbing story for all ages.
Alright, what's number 6? Hungry Are the...
It's weird that Hungry Are the Damned is in the first Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell this is season 2 based on its animation and pacing, but in terms of story tone, this is much more in line with their season 5 and 6 stuff. They're playing this delightful game with the audience, making it abundantly clear that these...
Like, it kind of just float. If you watch, like, season 2 compared to season, like, 5 or 6, 6 hits on, like, a lot of levels very well. Like, jokes are here, and here. 2 is still finding itself, and it's taken a while. But this episode, there's the book, there's How to Cook for 40 Humans, How to Cook for 400. It's a fucking it's a 4-part joke. How? This is like 1990. Where else are you getting 4-part jokes like this? Just everything about this episode's kind of pretty good. I don't think it deserves to be this high on the list. Maybe push back a bit further, but it's a good episode.
These aliens are going to eat
It
the
is King and
Simpsons.
Kodos. Who
There's a
can't
level of
fucking love King
self-awareness
and Kodo?
here.
I love the Pong joke. They're like, yeah, anybody who created interspace travel, raise your fucking arm. Like, make fun of our fucking Pong, you assholes.
Necessarily that The Simpsons has done this before, but preying upon people remembering that old Twilight Zone or just being genre savvy in general. Interestingly, this one gets
King
even
and
funnier on the
Kodos.
rewatch. It's so darn silly that all of this suspicious behavior is perfectly innocent. Also, I've got to give a shout out to the color design here. These dramatic greens,
good,
oranges,
right?
and reds throughout. It's extremely unusual for the show to punctuate moments like this. They even went for a dolly zoom. How many Treehouse stories have that? I think Hungry Are the Damned has a delightful mix of the early installment weirdness and the later season's sense of irony. I'm not surprised at all that after doing this adventure, the writers kept bringing Kang and Kodos back.
I like King and Kodos. I think King and Kodos are fun as characters, honestly. Citizen Kang, this one.
All right, I've talked about this one pretty recently,
honestly.
so no need to repeat the major stuff in detail. It's great because it's super quotable, full of political commentary, relevant, yada yada yada. Wouldn't it be crazy if we elected a monster? I think in the context of the other stuff, Citizen Kang stands out because of the satirical factor. A lot of Halloween segments focus on the Simpson family stuff, or else putting the town in danger, or whatever. Whereas this feels much more in line with what Futurama did later on. The crew finding out about a fantastical and dangerous situation, and then trying to warn the world about it. That sense of, sometimes you just can't win. There aren't many Treehouse of Horror stories that capture that societal dread. So for this fact alone,
This is a fun
Citizen
episode.
Kang is a clear
Will you spray me
standout
with
in these
rum
classic years.
So no one believes your story. Was number 4. Okay.
Nightmare.
So, anybody who listens to Simpsons podcast, there are multiple different Simpsons podcasts. There is the Simpsons podcast. There's a Simpsons show. There's everything Simpsons. There's worst episode ever. There's the Simpsons Index. There's even my podcast. That's the joke. A Simpsons podcast, which you all should check out because there's 3 episodes, and that would make my old podcast host partner want to make more podcasts with me so we could make some more episodes. But on what the fuck is it called? Shit. Talking Simpsons podcast. They were in Portland, Oregon, and they were talking with Bill Oakley, the writer from season 6, or the showrunner for season 6, about this episode. They were doing their annual Treehouse of Horror episode in Portland live. And they were talking about how this is just like a straight on Nightmare on Elm Street parody. There's like no difference. There's smart weather. This gives us smart weather. This gives us all kinds of stuff. No, he was 36. Don't you fucking tell me what age I am. Homer Simpson was 36. He's 36 and he's 39, depending on what era you're looking at. I got 1 year before I'm the same age. I'm going to have to kill myself. No, don't do that. We'll have to call a VA hotline. I'm joking. Don't anybody fucking take that seriously, please. Anyway, Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace is a straight-on parody, according to Bill Oakley and Josh Weinstein.
Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace is certainly among the most...
Do I like it? 50-50. It's all right. It's not great, but it's all right, I guess. Let's see. I would love to do this whole treehouse. If you guys haven't heard my other podcast called What the Hell Is That Crap? What the hell is this crap? We went over Hulu's original show called Koala Man that has, what's his name from Smiling Friends, the creator of Smiling Friends. And then we also went over a fucking classic that has a lot of people from Bob's Burgers called Lucy, the Daughter of the Devil. So check those out. I'll put the links in my bio down here. But also check out our studio site, which will also be in the bio.
Most faithful parodies The Simpsons has ever done. They're not exactly taking it in a radically new direction.
A complete parody.
But that's okay, because this is a concept that's all about the execution. It lives and dies with the creativity of the kindergarten and the character designs. And they definitely scored a touchdown with this one. They walk the line of being referential while still giving it that Simpsons spin, adding that Groundskeeper Willie flavor to the mix. I had no idea that a bagpipe spider could be this terrifying. It's a great example of how to merge The Simpsons with a third-party concept, that they fit the story to this hilarious Skinner-Willie dynamic with the useless parents thrown in there. They don't have to cut away all over Springfield. The design of the story organically brings a lot of charming and witty characters. Also, Kirk is here. Everyone has something to do. Even Maggie comes in at the end to save the day. I think Nightmare on Evergreen Terrace has the best constructed story of all of these entries, incorporating plenty of quirky character moments and surreal situations while still telling a tight, well-paced story.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
It's not fair. This one shouldn't be on the list because bringing Lionel Hutz into a Treehouse of Horror is cheating.
That's an
we'll allow it just
automatic
this
win.
once.
I don't care who
I think
you
what
are.
elevates The Devil and Homer Simpson is its character exchanges, the snappy and conversational way the dialogue is delivered. This script oozes charisma. Casting Flanders as the devil obviously works well in that surprising, ironic sense, but you know, he does have a cheerful and down-to-earth charisma that suits this role well. The devil would totally try this folksy approach with people.
Yeah, of course he would.
Plus, you get the typical Homer and Flanders banter here, the fun reversal of Flanders getting the upper hand. There's definitely a danger of the courtroom drama being too dry, but for the most part, they sidestepped this issue. It was a smart decision inserting a brief trip to hell in the middle. Give us some surreal and wacky jokes before going back to the conversational humor again. There's a ton of great character posing too, a looseness to the animation that you don't often see. So many key poses worth pausing the episode for.
I like the
I said the script oozes charisma,
Thanks,
but a lot of the credit needs to go to the animators and the
I
voice
appreciate
cast.
your jib.
The Devil in Homer Simpson
I
is
don't
a
know why it's not
masterclass
pulling
in
up
bringing
here.
characters to life and then sending them to hell.
Let's check our chat box and see why.
Man, Time and Punishment feels like they somehow crammed 4 or 5 different Treehouse of Horrors into one story without it feeling rushed and incoherent.
Interesting.
The time travel plot gave the writers
Well, there it
free
is.
reign to
Takes
flex
a
their
minute.
creative muscles, to dream up whatever hilarious and terrifying future they want. It's extraordinarily well paced, how they'll stagger the more fleshed out experiences with short little pop-ins. It never feels like we're stuck in one place for too long, nor does it feel like we're bouncing
Okay,
around
that's
aimlessly.
better.
In addition, Homer's stuff with the
won't delay.
dinosaurs works perfectly as a grounding
hold
point,
on. Let's
where we can follow the
scoot back because I wasn't paying attention. This is my all-time favorite, and this should be number one in my
The
opinion.
credit needs to go to the animators and the voice cast.
Not this one, but the one
The
after
Devil
this.
in Homer Simpson is a masterclass in bringing
This
characters
one
to
should
life
always
and then
be number
sending them
one to me.
hell.
I love Time and Punishment. Time and Punishment is my all-time favorite fucking Treehouse of Horror segment.
Man, Time and Punishment feels
Oh.
like they somehow crammed 4 or 5 different Treehouse of
God,
Horrors into
it's
one story
so
without it feeling
beautiful.
rushed and incoherent. The time travel plot gave the writers free reign to flex their creative muscles,
Whoa,
to dream
why?
up whatever hilarious and terrifying
Why,
future they
Maribel?
want. It's
Why?
extraordinarily well
Why,
paced,
Belle?
how they'll stagger
Why?
the more fleshed out experiences with short little pop-ins. It never feels like
Why?
we're stuck in one place for too long.
Because if you can't give me a solid reason, Sharky is going to come get you. There is no reason Time and Punishment should not be anybody's not favorite. Fucking. What? What is wrong with both of you? No. No. I can't take that bullshit from either of you. Fuck you both. There is no way the fucking Time and Punishment should ever be considered fucking meh. What? There is the Sherman Peabody joke. There is the donuts joke. There is the luxury sedan joke. I'm so heartbroken by all of you right now. Oh God, the fucking Patty and Selma are dead. Homer's so happy. He's living the life. And it's raining. If he would have stayed for like a minute more, he would have been in the best fucking world and he would have been so happy. He would have been so happy, man. What the fuck? What's wrong with all of you? I can't. I just can't with any of you. Fuck, man.
Nor does it feel like we're bouncing around
And the-
aimlessly.
And then not. And
4 or 5 different Treehouse of Horrors into one story without it feeling rushed and incoherent. The time travel plot gave the writers free reign
I
to
can't.
flex
I need
their
more
creative
alcohol
muscles,
for any
to
of
dream
you
up
now.
whatever hilarious and terrifying future they want. It's extraordinarily well paced, how they'll stagger the more fleshed out experiences with
Look how
short
nice
little
they
pop-ins.
look.
Never feels like we're stuck in one place for too long, nor does it feel like we're bouncing around aimlessly. In addition, Homer's
Easy
stuff
Bake
with the
Coven is
dinosaurs
pretty
works
good,
perfectly
though.
as a grounding point, where we can follow the progression of his emotions amidst these futures. This isn't the most three-dimensional Homer ever, but for a concept-driven story like this, that's okay.
I don't
What
like
you really
Stretch
want
Student
here are
Clobber
the big
Girl, honestly.
reactions, and nobody does that better than this guy. It understands how to push Homer's buttons, caters its experience to Homer's comedic strength. Pound for pound, Time and Punishment is one of the funniest things The Simpsons has ever done. A near flawless 7 minutes of television. The only reason it's not number 1 is because there's one other Homer performance
What?
I like just a little more.
What? I love the shitting.
You've seen the rest of the countdown by now, and have heard
The
me just
shitting is he's right. He's right to put the shitting up here. can't. I can't do it. I can't because it's so stupid. It's such a bad episode. There's nothing good about Stretch Dude and Clobber Girl episode. There is nothing good. There is the Doctor Who cameo, so I will give you that. But everything else, no. Why? What? Why, man? Why? I do love the shitting though. What is it? 4:30 and 5:30 is Willie's time.
Describe my favorite stuff about Treehouse of Horror segments. In my opinion, The Shinning is the greatest of all time because it contains all of the above. It's hilarious, terrifying, beautifully animated, full of wonderful performances, has a great Simpson family dynamic, and is an organic parody for the series. I mean, it even has Burns and Smithers stuff in there. That's just blatant pandering at this point.
Fuck both of you, dude.
I'm personally
love
really
you
into
all,
character
but
stuff
fuck
in
all
particular,
you.
and I feel like that's where The Shinning
It's
shines
not a
brightest.
good song.
For
It's
Homer,
so
it's
fucking
pretty much
generic.
a highlight package of everything that's great
It's
about
like a fucking Saturday afternoon TV show commercial or fucking show like whatchamacallit, fucking Jack of All Trades or Xena or fucking shit like that. That's all it is. That's all it fucking is. Weirdos.
about him as a character. We all love to laugh at how dumb and gluttonous he is, how obsessed he is with TV, but we've seen his manic side of his personality too, his random streaks of violence. He can transform himself into something terrifying without losing his comedic edge.
Wring your neck.
There's just enough sarcasm and schlockiness to the parody where it never feels too on the nose or pretentious. We get that perfect dichotomy of earnestly doing the atmosphere and horror
I think
of the
it's
original
almost time for a
while
vodka shot,
constantly
everybody.
undermining it. It's so organic to the series,
Hands up if you
it almost
agree.
feels like the parody wrote itself. But I think that's a testament to how well crafted this thing is, that it feels effortless, but
Oh,
is
that's
in
strange. The
reality
blood gets
full of
off on the
incredibly
second
smart
level.
Decisions. The Shinning is not only the
And she'll
gold
kick
standard
your
for Treehouse
ass.
of Horror segments, but also Simpsons parodies in
Don't
general.
make me start singing it,
So that's
please.
where I landed for this top 20 list. Unfortunately, the sacrificial lamb this time ended up being Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores, which definitely isn't bad or anything. It's just
What are your guys' thoughts on the 50-foot eyesores? I like it because I like Paul Anka. This was like a special treat. I was listening to this when I was listening about that podcast. Paul Anka actually gave them like a fucking cool like little gift for having him on the show and talking about him. But there's a lot of just I do like the Texas 50-foot eyesores. I would put that like number 5, honestly, if it was my list. I don't know why you gave me that sad face in your attacks, but I'm okay. Don't judge me. I will be right back, you guys. Don't die, and we're going to watch the next one. Just don't look. Just don't look. Just don't look. Just don't look.
Everything else stood out a little more.
All right,
Let me know in the
better. I had
comments
to
how
pee.
you would rank the classic Treehouse of Horror segments. Clearly, when it comes to Halloween,
3
I have a strong
beers and
preference
one
for
Monster
Homer-centric stories,
alcohol
at least in these
monster.
classic years. Which is odd, because most of my favorite modern ones belong to Bart and Lisa. Had originally planned to do a top 10 modern list too, until the LA Dodgers ruined my plan.
Aw, boo. All right, where's the other one? You had a second one. Post-classic. Okay, what is your favorite post-classic?
Last year for Halloween, I counted down the top 20 classic Treehouse of Horror segments
What is your
from
favorite
seasons 2
post-classic?
through 8. Now let's tackle the later stuff. But I'm not doing it one air at a time. Oh no, I'm covering the whole shebang, curating the best of the best from seasons 9 through 33.
9
I
through
took all the
33.
Treehouse of Horror segments, cut it down to 24
I like the dolphin one.
semi-finalists, and then took a machete to 4 more until I had my finalists. Here are my top 20 post-classic Treehouse of Horror segments.
Okay, where are we going with this? We're at 2 hours, guys.
House of Wax is one of those rare Treehouse segments that's primarily driven by its personality. And by personality, I of course mean Pierce Brosnan. This is such a delightful performance by Mr. Remington Steele himself. That smooth, cultured
Did you guys
voice
like
coming
that
out
one?
of this cold, sterile computer. We get a little bit of that 2001 A Space Odyssey overzealous AI storyline, and a little bit of that typical guest star wooing Marge storyline. The fact that this house is so clumsy and obvious about his intentions makes it even better. How oblivious Homer and Marge are at first, and then how heavy-handed he gets in worming his way in there. Very subtle, dude. Bonus points for foreshadowing the trap he sets for Homer. Homer surviving is a pretty big ass pull, all things
Well,
considered.
I am
but those
missing the
little
back
setups
of
and
my
payoffs are
head,
much
so cut me a
appreciated.
little slack.
Dumping the computer off with Patty and Selma
I love
works
that
as
they
a funny
do
little
that.
conclusion to the story as well.
Makes you so
House of
happy.
Wax isn't what I'd call the most action-packed Treehouse segment. It can be a little on the sleepy side of things, but it is a nice change of pace from the more chaotic affairs.
Alright, fair. 19. What? I like
Stop
this
the World,
one.
I Wanna Goof Off is just a straight-up solid sci-fi story. I mean, it was done previously as a Twilight Zone, and was made later into the film Clock Stoppers, so why shouldn't The Simpsons try their hand at it? I feel like this one hits its stride in the middle, where they do scene after scene of Bart and Milhouse pranking everyone. This story suits these two well,
fucking
providing a
love it.
new avenue for mayhem while treating us to some super snappy comedy, culminating in this sublime donut sequence.
So,
Man,
oh no.
this sequence is so good. It escalates in such a satisfying way. I kinda wish we got more of this time-stopping mischief. The Frozen in Time stuff is solid enough, with some good visual jokes, but much like Springfield itself, it does feel like the comedy is slowing down too. Kudos to Bart for somehow getting away with it though. The Simpsons has
You
a
got
proud
it. You
tradition
knew what he
of
was
clever
doing.
time travel shenanigan stories, and this one is no exception. Oh, and speaking of time travel shenanigans,
Time travel. I hate this episode
Bart
with
and
a
Homer's
passion.
Excellent Adventure isn't scary. Not one bit. It's
No,
probably
it's
the
not.
least scary Halloween segment they ever did. It feels more like an anthology story, really. So to some degree, it's going to lose points because it's October and I want some frights. But aside from that, this thing is great. Doing a Back to the Future with the events of The Way We Was is a genius concept. Much
It's
like the
kinda
films,
smart.
it
I'll give
understands
it
that
that.
the audience wants to see this original episode from a different perspective. Get the behind-the-scenes secret stuff. I hear if you go back to the original Season 2 episode, you can see Bart's hair peeking out of the trash can, or a glimpse of his shadow when Homer leaves his seat.
No, you
In
can't.
general,
That's
we
a
want to
lie.
see them get the little details correct, right down to the detention girl who wouldn't date Barney if he were Elliot Gould. And then the big reveal in the future with Artie Ziff and Barty Ziff. Great stuff.
Barty Ziff.
I guess the ending does feel a teensy bit desperate, throwing a whole bunch of homers at the wall for some easy
I
laughs.
hate that joke.
But it does work well as a time travel
This is
story
such a
and does
terrible
link up with
episode.
Marge's character. If they could have figured out a way
They
to
could
get
have
some
made
legit
this so
scares
much
into the
better.
story, it would be a Halloween classic.
After
Still,
this, I'm what
an
Simpsons
excellent
and eat
anthology
pizza.
of interest.
Anthology. Oh, please tell me it's the shark one or the dolphin one. Oh, the others. I don't like this episode.
I think the cynical view on the others is that it's merely a nostalgia play on the part of the writers. Here comes the Twister Mouth and the frosty chocolate milkshakes. That always wets the fan's whistle.
Yeah.
To some degree, that's true. These Tracy Ullman references can be pretty tropey, you know? But even still, when else would The Simpsons be able to do this sort of thing? There's a boatload of novelty in just having the two versions of the family hang out with each other. Granted, Bart and Lisa don't get much to do, but the Homer and Marge dynamic is pretty interesting. Somehow, they managed to make a Treehouse of Horror segment into a marriage crisis. This weird love triangle between their past and present selves. It's so bizarre.
Good.
The family offing themselves is some weird Halloween moon logic, but I'm on board with it. Yeah, the character motivations don't make much sense. It's not a particularly coherent story. But I think the others deserves some credit for just what a weird novelty it is. It's hard to forget this one after seeing it. How do people feel about Hell to Pay? I've always enjoyed this one, but I never hear anyone talk about it. Is it some of the jokes not landing? Do people just not care about Snake? I really dig Homer's performance here, his body language and the way he emotes. I know I'm kind of describing him like he's a live-action actor, but it's so compelling how he fuses together with Snake, how his demeanor totally changes. We get those sinister eyes and menacing gestures. We talk about jerk-ass Homer, but he's never been like this. Terrifying. And it's not like he's being possessed by some random ghost or monster. This is more fun because it's Snake, someone we know and recognize. There's such an unsettling tension as he confronts Apu and Mo, and then corners Bart in his room. This is gonna sound dumb because it's a frickin' Halloween segment, but it's actually kinda heartwarming that Homer's love for his son is able to break through and save the day. Good job, Homer.
I don't
Much like
Tiny
the others,
Toon. This is a
what I
stupid
really value
episode.
in The Terror of Tiny Toon is the chance to bring unique character groups together. This time Bart and Lisa together with Itchy
You like
and
the
Scratchy.
Tiny Toon episode?
They'd always been linked in a sense, but we finally get to see Bart and Lisa in their world and how they react to each other. Itchy and Scratchy aren't merely written as empty-headed homicidal maniacs. Instead, they're shocked and appalled by the kids' amusement. Who would have known these two view their work as serious business? Obviously, there's a ton of Roger Rabbit appeal here. Itchy and Scratchy breaking all the rules, Bart and Lisa using Toon logic to survive. Homer provides an extra dimension as a change of pace. It's neat how they integrated this live action shot into the story. I wish they had jumped through more random channels. They could have easily milked this for more humor. The ending is a bit on the corny side, but I'm into it.
The biggest fan.
too.
Alexa likes 50%.
The only thing that holds the Terror of Tiny Toon back for me is that it's a bit aimless and simplistic.
It's
just
kind
a
of
bunch
just
of running
easy
around.
as an episode,
But I think that's
honestly.
what you want out of a middle segment in a Treehouse of Horror. It's fun, it's breezy, it's straightforward.
That's 14. It's I love
I had recently described
I love Reaper Madness so much that I have a script that I was working on that is about a dude who crashes funerals and meets a girl that he falls in love with. While he's getting ready, there's a whole background segment of him this episode playing in the background on the TV. So this is how much I like this episode. That I added it into a script.
Reaper Madness as Homer Shenanigans, the Halloween segment. And to some degree, that's true. But I think
This
that
is a fun
description is
episode to
selling
me
things short.
for some odd
There are
reason.
several smart concepts here, like the story of the Grim Reaper coming for Bart and the Simpsons trying to escape him. Then Springfield living in a world without death.
Clothes you actually
Then
fit
Homer
me.
doing the job of the Grim Reaper himself. These individual plot points are probably too thin to carry an entire Halloween story, so combining them together gives us the best possible jokes. And then we can move on to something else. Moe's suicide jokes got pretty old after a while, but this one is pretty
that's
great.
why I'm up here.
Ah, you miserable bastard. There's definitely not as much
Yeah,
Grim
that's
Reaping
why
as
I'm
I
up here.
remembered. It's just like the Jasper scene, Lisa's presentation, and
Oh,
then
where's
the
Doug? I miss Doug.
This joke where Miss Hoover brings in the hobo is so hilariously dark.
I
So
love that
ridiculously
joke.
mean. I love
Nobody
it.
said something about a free
In general,
meal.
this is a story that really goes places. It's not content to set up a premise and then riff on it all over town. It does leave me wanting a little more in the Grim Reaper department, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We get a dense story with twists and turns, while still fitting in some killer jokes. What more could you
There's
ask?
so many good jokes in that episode, honestly. I don't care who you are.
You know what elevates the Ned Zone to the next level? Its sense of drama. I mean, yeah, all of Flanders' death premonition stuff is well executed, of course. They successfully established the premise, allowing Hibbert and Molman deaths to play around with. But I think the personal angle with Homer, the twist of Flanders shooting him, makes this thing truly interesting. Kinda feels like they're bringing a smidge of Minority Report into this premise. It's fun seeing Homer taunting Ned, this constant back and forth on what Ned should actually do. How do you change the future when you're arguing with an idiot?
You can.
Yeah,
can
there's
you?
definitely the argument that Homer is way, way, way too stupid and irresponsible to self-destruct the reactor on command, even in a Halloween segment. It's a fair criticism, I suppose. But my god, the drama of Flanders being forced to shoot him. It's such a cool moment. And then that hilariously overdrawn death flop near the button, so good. The Ned Zone serves as yet another example of why Homer
did that to fucking get out of clip. No, that's stupid. This episode is stupid. I hate that episode so much. It's the Reaper one. No, it's not the Reaper one. It's the Ned Zone. I don't like the Ned Zone episode. It's a fucking shitty fucking remake of a fucking Twilight Zone episode and not good. Please tell me it's a dolphin episode. No. Okay, this one's pretty funny.
It's the Simpsons characters transformed into animals. Come on,
freak.
I think we all know the appeal of the island of Dr. Hibbert.
It's
so entertaining seeing our favorite characters in these new designs, seeing what the writers picked for everyone, and how the designers executed it.
I like Ralph the
Because of the nature of the parody, they don't get much time to feature everyone. Everything gets kind of backloaded. The build-up is obviously well done.
I like
all the
Disco
suspicious
Shrew.
Dr. Hibbert material. It just feels like we're waiting to get to the fireworks factory sometimes. As a result, some characters get relegated to a mere crowd shot or one joke. However, the characters that do get featured make the most out of it. I love how Homer has sex with a giant cat and somehow didn't notice. Very relatable joke. And if you ever want to see Homer milk Flanders in a safe-for-work environment, here's your chance. This joke is so dang weird, but it somehow works. Homer is a good neighbor. In conclusion, the island of Dr. Hibbert serves as yet another example of why Homer and Flanders are one of this series' all-time uncomfortable character duos. I love the aggressiveness of this segment. How it's this cold open, and then boom,
really
we're off to the races.
I'm not a fan of this
preamble
episode.
like most treehouses. The format here says go, go, go. It frees up more time for
really
more chaos
not
in
a fan of
Springfield.
this episode.
The writers can include more secondary characters in the adventure. Here's Dr. Hibbert fighting them off. Here's Apu saving the day. Here's Mr. Burns ruining everything, as always. You could argue it's too manic for its own good, but with these sort of zombie setups, you gotta have that chaotic desperation throughout. Some treehouses struggle in fitting a complete and coherent story in its allotted time, but this one gets it right. We establish Bart as the savior, then pivot to protecting him from the Munchers, then getting him to the safe zone. It's super clean,
I like the word
easy to follow.
Munchers.
We can fill the rest of it with Munchers and murder. Honestly, the climax is kind of ho-hum by comparison. The first half is so jam-packed with violence and mayhem, it's like they ran out of Munchers to shoot.
I'm gonna get out of here and watch these episodes.
We got a happy ending, and we
we'll
got
be
to
live on
destroy the
TikTok,
town.
so
I'd
come
call
hang
that
out with
a
us,
very
please.
successful day in Springfield.
As we watch Treehouse of Horror episodes for fucking Halloween. Neat. I don't like this
So
fucking
I watched
episode.
a whole bunch of Peanut specials as a child. I'm a regular Toonerific Tariq in this regard. So yeah, I'm gonna be into It's the Grand
Toonerific
Pumpkin
Tyreek is a
This
fucking
is a
great
tricky
content
homage
creator.
to get
Please
right
follow him.
stylistically, since The Simpsons were also cell animated and had its distinct character designs different from The Simpsons. But
It's the
here,
Great
they're opening with
Pumpkin,
this
Charlie
background
Brown.
look, this long pan across as Milhouse simply walks from one place
I
to another.
love that scene.
They
That
don't really
scene's
stick
so
to this
well done.
leisurely
I
Peanuts
hate
pace
this
in the back
episode.
half,
It's a
but it sets the
fucking
mood and
terrible
gives them plenty of
episode,
references.
but
I love Lisa going full Sally Brown, declaring, "You owe me restitution."
you
The
owe
Grand
me
Pumpkin himself works well as the
restitution.
antagonist of the segment. I like the principal twist on this kind of monster. His horror at the way we callously treat
You
pumpkins.
eat the
I also get a
young.
kick out of their choice to make him racist against other pumpkins, and that he sticks to it with his dying breath. Really, the big thing that drags down the
The
story
white
for me and why it
pumpkins?
landed at only number 10 is because of Tom Turkey. I gotta say it, Tom Turkey sucks. Me and
Yes,
him
thank
have
you.
never gotten along. I don't know if
Thank
it's the
you.
performance, his dialogue, or what. Just always struck me as super lame.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
guys.
I'm not the only
Better
one
luck
then.
next holiday.
Tom Turkey was dumb as fuck. BFF. Oh, I don't like
Remember
this
in
one at all.
iDobot when they kept killing off all of Lisa's cats?
That was
BFF
scarier.
RIP is like, hey, let's up the ante and kill off all of our friends too. Hooray! Also, we'll kill off Snowball while we're at it. Why not?
Why
I
would
really
a ghost
appreciate
want
the
to kill her
pacing of this
cat?
one. How we get all these creepy deaths up front, then Wiggum starts his investigation, and we get the horror origin story of Lisa's imaginary friend Rachel. Now Rachel can appear to Lisa and take a more aggressively antagonistic role, ratcheting up the violence and drama. This
Look
segment
outta here,
borrows a
Rachel.
trick from
You're
the
a
Grand Pumpkin,
dick-ass
with
mother-
characters' imaginations
Uh-oh.
manifesting new creations, but I think it's much improved here, more central to the story. Also, this is definitely a personal preference, but Sergeant Sausage is way better than Tom Turkey.
Thank you.
Like, way better. Sergeant Sausage is a goddamn American hero. When it comes down to it, Homer's imagination is better than Milhouse's imagination. Anyway,
you.
enough sausage talk. BFF RIP is an incredibly well-rounded story, full of intrigue, violence, and creativity. It's not flashy, but it
Sergeant
does the
Sausage
job.
is a American hero, you guys. B9 rewind.
B9 Rewind
Oh,
is
this
a
is
great
a
Halloween
fucking happy
segment
birthday
because of its
day.
format. However, it's not a top-tier segment.
No, it's
because
not,
of its
because
format.
it's his fucking happy
Putting
birthday
the Simpsons in
day.
a Russian doll parody is such a genius
Is
idea.
it a Russian doll
They
parody?
immediately get all the comedic benefits of that series, in that they can riff on the temporal loop, showing how Lisa can change the future. But most
never seen
importantly,
Russian
do
Doll,
these
so I don't
snappy
know.
death montages. Lisa and Nelson get killed in so many hilariously abrupt ways, the writers expertly messing with our expectations. It's a good change of pace for Lisa. I commented in that Simpsons Mysteries that the writers don't like killing her off or putting her in danger, but now she and Nelson are number 1 and number 2 on the number of deaths list. People who love Lisa stories, especially alongside Nelson, would love this segment. People who hate Lisa and want her dead would also love this segment. There's something here for everyone. The downside here
Wonderful.
is its ending. Doing an ambitious format like Russian Doll means you gotta yada yada the way out of the loop,
Thank you.
and the conclusion they come up with is not that convincing. It could definitely be worse, at least this is kind of foreshadowed. The whole thing just comes off as all format, no payoff. But despite this, it's clearly a good format with some excellent jokes, so it's definitely earned its spot on this countdown.
Okay, fair enough. 7.
Of every Treehouse of Horror concept
I
on
don't
this
like
list,
the Coralisa
I think Coralisa
episode.
is the
I don't
most
like
organic
Coraline
to
in
The
general.
Simpsons. It's amazing how easily
It's
The
a very
Simpsons
good
slips into a
story,
Coraline
mind you,
parody,
but I
how
don't
it
like
leverages
Coraline.
Lisa's well-known issues with her family, how easily her other mother appears to Lisa's sensibilities, how they literally have Snowball 5 right there for the cat role. Snowball is such a non-entity on the show in general that there's a lot of novelty in just listening to her talk. Obviously, the visuals are wonderful here. Especially love Lisa's design here, how wild that spiky hair is portrayed. Very cool. My biggest issue with Coralisa is its story in the back half. I like the idea of Lisa going back to them so quickly, being so okay with the buttons, but the whole thing kind of fizzles out when the whole family gets there. There's no conflict here,
There's no
everyone's
reason
just kind
real,
of
so-
whatever about the situation. This twist on the formula just didn't do it for me. With a stronger ending, I think Coralisa had a real shot at the number 1 spot. But for now, there's definitely enough memorable material to comfortably land inside the top 10.
Oh, there went another bomb.
I don't know if I'm underrating Night of the Dolphin or overrating it. I've seen people who really don't care for this one, but others who would put it right at the top. I think what's cool about this one is how they balance its silliness with its violence. If you're gonna do Jaws parody stuff with dolphins, you gotta go for it. You gotta have them really rough up Lenny in the water, rip the sea captain apart, disembowel groundskeeper Willie. I think this more violent approach works well.
I
They probably
love the
could have gone
dolphin
even
one,
further with it.
honestly. I think the dolphin
I
one's
don't
fucking
generally have
hilarious.
that
I don't care
bloodlust in
who
these
you are.
Halloween segments, but even I want to see these killer dolphins lay waste to everyone. They're still dolphins after all, the clowns
They're
of the sea,
fucking-
so it'll always be easy
Oh.
to snap back to
Oh, no,
jokes
no,
about
no,
being
right.
caught in a net
The
or
dolphins
Snorky's
of the
initial
sea.
adorable voice. The Simpsons writers somehow managed to make dolphins scary. You gotta hand it to them. I could have done without the Free Willy homage though. You get points for
Why,
doing the birds
man?
later. Very classy stuff.
Great.
But come on, guys. It was the year 2000. Y'all were late to your own party.
What is it? Oh, Toy Gory. I don't like Toy Gory.
It's so surreal seeing The Simpsons do an entire segment in CG. considering where they came from. Of course, the same could be said for Coralisa, but this is even more impressive to me since they're going for the traditional look that should match their 2D models. I kinda can't believe they pulled it off so well. Between their toys and video games, the Simpsons characters are notoriously awkward to render in 3D. All things considered, this segment looks great. Making Bart into the Sid of this parody is such an inspired idea.
I want pizza.
Varying character for him works as a twisted take on the source material. I love how they fake us out with Radioactive Man, like he's the Buzz Lightyear, and then they just kill him immediately. Nice usage of the established Simpsons toys in previous episodes. And the ending is genuinely creepy, the juxtaposition of Bart's murder and their final plans for his body. It leaves a very weird feeling with the audience, so twisted. I don't know how I feel about the Randy Newman, to be honest. If you hate how slobberingly sweaty the performance is, it's gonna drag down your enjoyment. For me, it adds to the fever dream weirdness, so I'll take it.
I don't like when they're like that. It makes me uncomfortable.
Much like the earlier examples, Oh, the Places You'll Do
I like
ranks
the
pretty high
Places
for its
You'll Do.
visual
There's a lot of
splendor.
weird jokes.
I just love looking at this segment. There's so much stuff going on in the background, so many clever character designs, and nods to Dr. Seuss. In some ways, it feels like they're shooting fish in a barrel. A lot of us are going to be nostalgic for the source material. It's child play to give us the warm fuzzies. But as always, it's all in the execution, and I think they nailed it. The narration is chock full of whimsical and imaginative rhymes. They put a clever murderous spin on the Cat in the Hat. Homer gets to lean into his violent tendencies.
Yeah, he is.
Much like Toy Gory, I like how unsettling the juxtaposition of childhood nostalgia and Halloween horrors. I never quite know how to feel when watching
I hate that whole episode.
The deaths are horrific, but it's put through such a childish filter, it comes off different. I admit, I used to find this segment pretty overrated, but it has won me over big time.
Oh no, the Coraline
Huge
one?
kudos to the animation crew. They made
Oh no,
the
that
Places
one. Never
You'll
mind.
Do
I know which one.
truly a sight to behold.
I don't like when they're in 3D. It makes me uncomfortable.
I've noticed a lot of these Halloween
I
specials
love the
in the
whole
top
Mega
20 have
Man.
had some kind of gimmick, something to hook the audience.
Home Mega
whether
Man's
it's
a
the
fun
format or the
episode to
art
me,
style,
I think.
Whereas the Omega Man is just good, clean
I don't get
storytelling
it.
with some
I
amazing
don't get
jokes. Like,
I
this
don't
is
get
where
it.
that "I've wasted my life" quote comes from.
I don't get
It's
it.
got Homer dancing naked in
dear.
church, the
I've
Simpson
wasted
family
my
blasting
life.
the mutants with shotgun.
Oh,
It's
let
got
me
the
in our
bat
house
swinging
up,
joke. Come on.
Oh, little
Forget
Bart.
Marge versus the monorail
Lisa.
and Lisa's first
Little
word.
Maggie.
This is the all-time
And
greatest
the
one of these.
others.
I think the Omega Man starts out a little slow. The whole French frog stuff is just kind of whatever. But afterward, they hit us with one good set piece after another. Let's have fun with Homer as the last man on Earth. Now let's have a combo with the mutants. Now a big chase scene. It hits the right balance of relaxing and exploring the ruined world while still keeping the story moving. Excellent pacing overall. Nice character balance too. We get both a Homer showpiece while featuring some of the secondary characters. The Omega Man is practically a classic era segment at this point, so I doubt I need to sell you on it any
Mega
further.
Man.
If you haven't seen it in a while, find a bomb shelter somewhere and go
I
watch
don't
it.
get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Still don't get it. I hate
Maybe
Dial
this
M for
ranking is
Murder.
sacrilege, but truthfully, this was surprisingly
This was
close
a
to being
stupid
number one.
episode.
I love this thing so much. I think what truly stands out about Dial M for Murder, etc., is its sense of tension and suspense.
I might watch this. Though.
Doing a
I'm gonna watch
Hitchcock
the newer
homage
ones
is so
tonight, I
unlike
think, while
other
I
Treehouse
eat
stories.
after this
There's no big
stream.
monster chasing people
It's
down,
almost time for me
no
to get out of
central
here so I can go
overarching
relax
problem
and write
creating
my
chaos
schedule
in
for
Springfield.
tomorrow.
No, this is a
I
very
use
typical Bart and Lisa kind of story for
to
this
use my
series,
schedule,
just taken to a
especially with
murderous
my
extreme.
a lot
I
of
love how
downtime
matter
at
of
where I
fact Bart
work.
is about his scheme.
Yeah,
That
at the
these
gym.
crisscross murders are just like another prank
Like
to
I
him.
don't have
It's
much
creepy
to
how
do.
effortlessly
I
he
can
slips into this
work out
role.
whenever I want.
It's
I'm
fun
getting
watching
paid
Lisa deal with the pressure he
$19 an
puts on her.
hour.
This paper cutter scene with
do
Krabappel is so silly
nothing.
intense. To be
Nothing
honest,
at
there's
all.
some novelty of just
I'm getting
watching
paid
Lisa and Mrs.
$19 an
Krabappel.
hour.
There's
to
such a rare
do
character pairing
nothing
in the series.
at
I'm
all,
not entirely
dude.
sure if I'm just a sucker for the black and
Wild.
white coloration for this homage, but this does feel more artistic and stylish than other Treehouse of Horrors. There are some legitimately beautiful compositions and sequences here. The character acting so sharp and dynamic. I mean, they did a dolly zoom for goodness sake. A dolly zoom.
A
We
dolly
gotta go
zoom.
back to the original Treehouse of Horror for one of those. Overall, Dial M for Murder, etc. is beautifully directed, full of wonderful performances
I'm not a
and
fan of
excellent
it.
dialogue. Alfred Hitchcock would be proud.
I feel they could have done better. I don't like Send in the Clones.
I think Send in the Clones is the best post-classic Treehouse of Horror segment because
I
of this
like
joke.
the Hammock Man,
It's
though.
not that complicated. This
I
thing
like
is
Peter Griffin
jam-packed
joke.
with memorable gags, rivaling even some of the most classic Halloween specials. This is a wonderful showpiece for Homer. Everything I love about him as a character is here. His laziness, his scheming, his overconfidence, his lack of self-awareness, his unbelievable incompetence. I like how Homer is clearly one step behind the audience at every turn, and yet can still easily manipulate his clones to do his bidding. When your dumb character is the smartest guy in the room, you're gonna get some big laughs. This scene in particular gets me every single time.
Anybody else know?
The setup, the comedic timing, the abrupt shotgun blasts. Perfect.
I love that
Top
joke.
tier
He's
Simpsons
not
joke
wrong.
right
That
here.
is a good joke.
Send in the Clones truly does feel like a celebration of Homer Simpson, from frosty chocolate milkshakes to falling down Springfield Gorge. Unlike other segments that directly trade on this nostalgia, this sense of self-celebration, Send in the Clones gives us the quintessential Homer adventure. It's the most Homer story that Homer has ever homered. I love watching Homer, so I love Send in the Clones. It's as simple as that. So that wraps up my
over
list
the
of the top 20
cliff.
post-classic Treehouse of Horror segments. I think most Simpsons episode countdowns are going to be very, very dependent on one's own personal
Yeah,
taste.
man.
But with these Halloween stories, I think it's especially prevalent. For me, I noticed a lot of Homer and Lisa-centric stuff on this
Yep.
list. I think with Homer's propensity for mayhem
Yep.
and Lisa's general curiosity, they're both excellent horror story protagonists.
Oh, yeah. they are.
Also, just throwing a bunch of pretty art at me will clearly win me over too. Let me know in the comments what
Right.
your favorite
He's right.
Treehouse of Horror segments are in the later years, and what you think of this list. Are some of these overrated? Which Treehouse of Horrors deserve more love? I'm not into the Homer farting one at all,
I hate
but would
that
love to
one
hear
so
an
much.
impassioned defense for it. Let me know. Hope everyone has a safe and spooky Halloween. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. It is about that time for me to get to eating soon. So, hope you guys had fun. I will see you probably Friday. I don't know. We will see when I come back on live. I hope you guys had fun. Happy Halloween. Go watch something fun. I'm going to watch Treehouse of Horrors and eat pizza. So, don't die.